So lads, okay, I'm going to talk about this one. Basically, I've done a video before in the past, but just want to go over it again. It's called Be Your Future Self Now, okay? And like, why this is such a good concept to actually think about is like, most people just think, right, goals and motivation, that they just end up somewhere. Like, that's why like opening your mind up is so important, because there's a version out you in the future. There's two versions, there's one of you that's going to be successful and have all the things you desire, and there's also the person that doesn't have anything. And that all comes down from the actions you take today and the decisions you make right now in your life. Because right, like, the way I learned this is basically, well, reading again. I read this book, Be Your Future Self Now, about transformation. And it's basically imagining who you want to be in the future, like 3 to 5 years, even 10 years. Or for me, I think about 1 to 5 years. You have a goal for what you want to achieve within a year or in 5 years. And that's how I learned it. But basically, yeah, I learned it through books. I learned it from YouTube videos. Like, I'm pretty sure Mr. Beast, he made a video, like that YouTuber guy. And he was like, right, he made a video for his future self to be posted on his YouTube channel in the future. And it was basically him saying, right, me in 3 years' time, you better have 1 million subscribers or something like that. It was like crazy amount. And then and it just showed him when he was young, he had nothing. He had like a couple thousand subscribers. And then it flashed. And when he posted that video, they took a copy of his screenshot amount and it was like 50 million. So it's like, that's why being connected to your future self is so important. Because if you are, you're going to be motivated to like want to take care of that person. Like, there's people out there, right? They don't actually care about their future self. That's why they eat rubbish food. They don't exercise. They don't invest their money. They just waste their life away. They're lazy. They're undisciplined. But there's also the person that loves and cares about their future self and wants them to be better off in the future. And that all comes down to delaying gratification. And I banged on about it before, but basically, say it's an investing thing outside of it again. Like, for me, say at age 30, I want 100 grand invested, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take money from myself now and I'm going to give extra to my future self. So, like, how would you do that? It's like, you need to learn about investing. You need to delay gratification by not spending money, not wasting it. Taking money from your income, putting it in a separate investment account and just letting it sit there for me personally, for 5 years. And I read that book in start of 2023 in about, I think it was like January, February. And I learned that the main thing I wanted to achieve was like doing stuff for my future self, and it all comes down to, like, I set little goals and habits, right? So who do I want to be in a year's time? Like, what do I want to have? Right, I want this amount invested. And I've learned over time that if I just stick with it, I become, like, time is going to catch up to you, like, anytime. It's going to come up to you anything, whether you waste it or you better yourself and benefit yourself. So the best thing to do is obviously just invest that time. You're always investing time. Like, people think it's just money, but you're investing every decision, action you take, you're investing your time into it. And that's another thing as well. Where you are right now, and this is what I've learned for myself, is all the decisions I made 5 years ago. Like, all the actions and the decisions, particularly, are where I am right now. Like, literally, 5 years ago, I made a decision, and it's the big decisions as well. Where you go to, like, where you work, if you go to uni, where you live, and then it's the daily habits, dieting, eating clean food, investing your money, automatically doing this, and it comes over time. Like, time is the precursor for decisions. Like, you make decisions, and then a couple years later, you come to a destination in time in your life, and that's because of time. So time is the great predictor of where you're going to be. So if I look at myself now, right, so I'm 25, when I'm 30, I want to be in a position where I've got loads of invested money. I want to build a strong muscular physique. I want to be good at boxing. I want to have a good family, good life, have property potentially, have a good income. And that all comes down to making decisions in the present moment and doing things that will benefit me in the future. And, you know, a great way to think about this is to write down goals and write down what you actually want to achieve, like within a year or within 5 years, you know, because I think that's a good point. You get a 5-year goal, but then you get a 1-year goal that kind of makes it easier for you to see how to work for it. And then you just backtrack all the way down to what you need to do each month and each day, daily habits. And then you can basically become that version of yourself, which is the best version of you. So yeah, it's so important about making decisions. You know, you need to decide to do things that are actually going to benefit you and to delay gratification. Always remember that it's about sacrificing in the moment. It's always going to be hard, but you need to choose your sacrifice. You either choose the sacrifice of discipline for doing what you know you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it, or the sacrifice of and the pain of regret. And you need to sacrifice stuff. Like the things that I benefit the most is when I've sacrificed, like 2 accounts. You know, there was a period at the start of this year where I was investing so much money, or the beginning of last year, where I was investing so much money. I had nothing in my bank account. I was going broke, basically, and I had to borrow money from friends and my dad just to get food. And that is stupid, right? But it's because I had a good income. But it's paid off now. Like the markets, you know, they tanked a decent amount at the start of April, but they're now well above where it was at the peak in January. So that's just the thing. You need to invest, and it's so important. About, like, the only reason I did that is because I knew in a year's time it would pay off and the sacrifice would pay off. Another example, you go to the gym and you know diet is so important. So you'd walk into like for me, I'd walk into like I always do this still. I walk to the shop and I always look at the nice food and I always walk past and think, no, not today. Today I'm winning today. I'm going to eat clean. I'm going to eat the same meal plan, and I'm going to become better, because I know in a couple years time, right, if I stick to this, because I've been working out for 10 years, right? Yeah. But if I do it for another 10 years, imagine what I will look like. You know, it's inevitable. I'm going to have a crazy physique. So, you know, something to just take away from this. Think about your decisions. Think about your future self and who that person wants to become. Write down some goals of what you want that person to achieve. And think about your decisions and your daily habits. Like, those are so important. Think about what you need to do today to get you to where you want to be in the future. And like, kind of just take actions and take stuff, because like what I've learned about is you need to plan. Planning is so important in life. Like, because back in the day I would waste time, and like I wasted like almost years potentially of my life sometimes. So what I've learned is you need to have a plan for that year and plan for the future. Like, that's so important. Plan for your future self. You know, like for me, I'm like applying for like roles and stuff for next year, like the end of next year, just so I can have a good income, and then I can focus right now on going traveling and building my personal brand. Like that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm putting things in place right now that's going to benefit me within a year, and that's just so important, because majority of people go through life, you know, fucking wasting time, eating shitty diets, don't exercise, do not invest, spend all their money, like, you know. So it's like, where are they going to be? Think about where you will be in 3 years. You will hate your past self. Like, I always look at my investment portfolio and I'm like, thank fuck I started investing years ago. Like, I'm so grateful for me. And it's like, it's because you're building a relationship with your future self and past. Like, it's quite a mad thing. Like, so yeah, but the main thing to know is that you have the power and the opportunity to change your life today. No matter what you're doing in your life right now, you can benefit. Okay, you might not be in a good position right now, but you can benefit yourself. Within 3 to 5 years, you can be in a class position. You know, you've taken the necessary actions. You've built your physique, you built your mindset, you built your finances, and you're at a place in your potential career or business where you can do better, you know, and you can excel. So yeah, that's just some things to take away. And if you've got any more questions, hit me up on Insta, drop a comment. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's fucking go.